Hi, my name is Noel Davis with Vermicompost, and here's our week 27 update. Now, I'm dressed a little bit up today because I'm going out somewhere afterwards, but this, as you can tell, this isn't how I normally dress for working with my worms, and I really do not recommend you dress like this either. This is a little bit too formal, and there's a good chance that you could get something on it. But as I'm in a rush today, I'm going to do this anyhow. So let's go to the worm bin and take a look. Last time, let's go down here. Last time, we fed them quite a bit of food, and then we put some coffee grounds on top to try to prevent fruit flies. Now, it's still a good amount of moisture on the lid, not too moist. A couple worms here on the edge, right there and there. So there's some worms moving around the top. There's one over here. There's a couple on the sides. So we're seeing a good amount of movement. There's one fruit fly down in there, it looks like, or at least it looks like it to me. So we put in quite a bit of food last time. Let's just dig in here, just try to take a look. All right, I'm seeing again now. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. All right, but hold on here. There is a lot, and I really mean a lot. Let's just see. Is there any in that picture there? I think they kind of go away real quick. But I'm seeing a lot of these little tiny white worms in here again. So as I said, I still don't know if these are actual worms or if they're babies or what's going on, but I see them all through here this time. They're all over this piece right here. Let's see if I can get that in focus here for you. A little bit, let's just see here. I'm a little bit further up than I think. So let's move down. Hold on a second here. Sorry, this is a little hard to adjust perfectly on here. All right, let's see, how's that? So, right here, if you look in this area here, I'm going to try to break this apart and see if we can see some of these here. So there's these little tiny white worms in this section, and I don't know what they are still, but whatever they are permeating this bin, and I've noticed them a lot of times in here. I've never noticed this many before. So, but I noticed all the food here, it looks like, almost all of it. I think I put food on both sides. All the food over here appears to be gone. This is primarily fruit this time, but I'm not seeing any fruit at all whatsoever. I'm seeing lots of worms, which shows that my worms are doing well. Oh, here we go. There's some fruit down in here now. I'm going to turn this a little bit here, so maybe you can see a little better. But there is some fruit down on this side over here. I just dug up some peels. As you can tell right there, there's a big peel. Let's just see here. All right, a lot of worms over here with these peels. These peels still look pretty fresh, actually. Like they haven't decomposed much. Lots of worms, though. Let's just take a few more. Oh, tons of worms in here on this side. So they're just kind of collapsed, but there's a whole bunch of worms in here if you can't see them. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here for you. Whole bunch of worms. So they're really expanding in this bin now, and it's really starting to work really well, which is good. So we're going to zoom back out here, and what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to throw in just a little bit. Oh, actually, I'm going to leave this side alone. It's doing pretty well. We still have some peels in it. Actually, I should probably put those back under to make sure they're not on top. They're actually doing pretty well, so I'm going to leave that alone on that side. Let's take a look at this side now. See what we find over here, because I think I had food over here at one point too. I'm also trying to, as you can tell, be very careful not to get anything on me. I'm not seeing anything on this side, so I think the food on this side has finally been consumed, which is good. Should be. Now, there's a lot of rich brown material in here. You know, you're along with the cardboard, but the food appears to be gone. So unlike the other side, the food's gone. So we're going to throw in some food this time on this side as well. So we're going to throw in some banana peels, and then actually I'm going to throw in some of the greens that I have over here, which is some Brussels sprouts, and I think that's the top of some kohlrabi and some asparagus. I'm not going to throw too much in there, just enough to kind of give them a little bit of food again. on this side, and I'm going to cover this back up again. And remember, you've got to make sure all this stuff is covered, especially banana peels, because banana peels are a magnet for insects, especially the type that like fruit. There's a piece of broccoli on top here. I'm not really worried about that quite as much. I've seen that can be completely ignored. So there we go. So that's our bin for this week. It's starting to pick up in weight a little bit. It probably weighs close to 35, 40 pounds. And it's actually doing pretty well. As you can tell, the worms, they are going to the surface. They're going down underneath. There's a good moisture content, as you can tell by our lid here, that has just a little bit of moisture, but it's not dripping, which you don't want it to be dripping. That's too moist. So we're doing pretty well here. So that's our week 27 update. We added some food. We saw some of those little white worms again, and we saw that it's working well. So hopefully, if you started a bin, hopefully it's working just as well as this. If not, please leave a comment and ask any questions you want about bins. All right? Thank you.